Imagine waking up in a room where every wall is a mirror, but instead of reflecting your face, they reflect only your thoughts, your opinions, your beliefs. You speak, and the walls speak back, always in agreement, always affirming. At first it feels safe, comforting even. But soon you realize the door has vanished. You're trapped, and you didn't even notice the walls closing in. That's the echo chamber effect. It's not just a clever metaphor. It's the invisible cage built by the algorithms you scroll through every day. And unless you see it, it will shape not just what you think, but who you become. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates warned that the unexamined life is not worth living. But in our time, the unexamined life has become the default. Algorithms, those hidden systems behind social media and search engines, are designed to keep you engaged, and the fastest way to keep your eyes on the screen is to feed you more of what you already believe. If you click on one article, you'll see 5 more like it. If you watch one video, the next will agree with it. The result? Your reality slowly narrows until disagreement feels like an attack and anyone outside your bubble seems alien or dangerous. This is not entirely new. In the Middle Ages, much of Europe lived under a tightly controlled flow of information. The Catholic Church decided what could be read, taught, and believed. Dissenting voices, whether Galileo's telescope or Martin Luther's theses, were seen as threats, not as opportunities for discussion. The printing press broke that monopoly, suddenly flooding society with competing viewpoints. At first, chaos. Then, over time, a broader, shared understanding. But here's the twist: our digital age is running in reverse. The printing press broke echo chambers. The internet was supposed to do the same, but the business model of algorithms has rebuilt them, only this time they're tailored to each individual. Philosophers like John Stuart Mill argued that the clash of opposing ideas was essential for truth to emerge. Without hearing what contradicts us, we become intellectually weak, like muscles that never encounter resistance. Hannah Arendt, writing about totalitarianism, observed that when people lose a shared reality, politics becomes impossible. If my truth and your truth no longer overlap at all, there is no we left to build anything together. And we're living through exactly that. Today, the echo chamber is so complete that 2 people can live in the same city, read the same headlines, yet walk away with entirely different versions of what's real. One person's hero is another's villain. One person's evidence is another's fake news. And it's not just politics. Culture, health, history, even science itself, everything is filtered through a lens tuned to your existing worldview. The philosopher Karl Popper warned about the paradox of tolerance. If a society is too tolerant of all views without critical engagement, the loudest and most extreme voices can end up dominating. Algorithms supercharge this, giving extremes the spotlight because outrage drives engagement. The danger to society is obvious. When shared reality collapses, so does the foundation for solving problems together. Climate change, pandemics, economic crises, these require cooperation across differences. But if each group thinks the other lives in a fantasy, collaboration becomes almost impossible. Dialogue turns into shouting. Shouting turns into division. Division turns into violence. And history tells us that once a society reaches that stage, rebuilding trust can take generations. The danger to you personally is more subtle but just as real. Living in an echo chamber slowly changes your mind without you noticing. You lose the ability to see complexity. You begin to think the world is made of simple, clear lines, right and wrong, us and them, truth and lies. It feels powerful to be so certain, but that certainty is a trap. It's a kind of intellectual malnutrition, filling your mind with empty calories that feel satisfying but leave you weak. Think of the French Revolution. In its early days, there was a shared vision of liberty, equality, and fraternity. But as factions isolated themselves and only listened to voices that confirmed their suspicions, the dream fractured. Soon, the guillotine became the tool of choice, not just for enemies, but for former allies who now saw each other as traitors. The echo chamber of fear and mistrust devoured the revolution from within. Now imagine the future if nothing changes. Your children could grow up in a world where truth is a subscription service, different packages for different beliefs, each with its own facts, history, and science. Reality itself becomes a marketplace, and the highest bidder gets to decide what's real for the people inside their walled garden. The philosopher Jean Baudrillard warned about this decades ago when he spoke of hyperreality, a state where signs and symbols no longer refer to the real world but only to other signs. In such a world, wars could be fought over things that exist only in the code of our machines. but there is a way out. Breaking free from the echo chamber starts with one decision: to seek what challenges you. It means deliberately stepping into conversations with people you disagree with, not to win, but to understand. It means reading sources from across the spectrum, asking yourself not just do I agree, but why might this person believe this? It means practicing intellectual humility, accepting that you might be wrong, and that being wrong is an opportunity to grow. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that you cannot learn what you think you already know. That is the antidote to the echo chamber, the curiosity to discover that your worldview is not the whole map, but just one piece of it. In the digital age, this also means taking control of your own algorithm. You can reset your feeds, diversify your subscriptions, and resist the temptation to click only what feels good. You can choose depth over speed, substance over sensation. And there's another layer: building spaces, online and offline, where disagreement is not only tolerated but valued. Where the measure of a good conversation is not whether it ends in agreement, but whether it deepens understanding. History shows that societies thrive when they balance unity with diversity. The Golden Age of Athens, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, all were fueled by open exchange and the friction of ideas. If you want to reclaim your mind in a divided world, you must make that friction part of your daily life. Not because it's comfortable, but because it's necessary. Break the habit of scrolling in silence. Talk to someone outside your circle. Read a book you're not sure you'll agree with. Watch a debate instead of an echo. Every time you do, you chip away at the walls of your mental prison. Because here's the truth: the echo chamber does not just distort the world, it distorts you. And if enough of us step out of it, we can rebuild something precious, a shared reality where differences are not threats but the raw material of progress. That's how societies grow. That's how democracies survive. And that's how you protect your own mind from becoming just another mirror in someone else's algorithm. So next time you feel that warm rush of agreement, pause and ask yourself, is this truth, or just an echo? And if it's just an echo, have the courage to listen for another voice. If you believe in breaking the cycle, in building bridges instead of walls, in creating a future where we can disagree without destroying each other, then join us. Subscribe to our channel, share this video with someone outside your circle, and start a conversation that matters. Because the walls will not fall on their own. But together, we can bring them down.